Hey Pipsqueaks, welcome back to my channel. My name is Miranda. If you're new here, today we're going to be talking about SKINWALKER RANCH. This is another new one of my series that I'm going to be starting. It's going to be all about mysteries or mysterious creatures, mysterious places. So before we get started, if you guys like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, follow me on socials so we can become friends. Every video we give you guys a shout out. So here are today's shout out. If you want to be in the next one, all you have to do is comment anything at all down below. And without further ado, let's just get started. So, if you don't know anything about SKINWALKER RANCH, basically, I was introduced to it because my dad likes all this kind of stuff too. That's kind of why I know about a lot of this stuff. But we started watching a series that just came out last year, and I think it just started again currently right now when you're watching this, or whenever this video goes up. It is crazy, so I figured I would share it with you guys just in case you don't know or you haven't seen the show, or this kind of stuff you just like listening to. So, let's start with the background. Where is SKINWALKER RANCH? So SKINWALKER RANCH is based in Utah, in the Younow Basin. Sorry if I'm butchering that. It was originally Native American grounds, and for some reason paranormal stuff always evolves around that stuff. But the first original ever recorded document of anything like this at this place happened in 1776. Yeah, that is way before this kind of thing was popular and cool. So that's already where the skeptics already kind of lose it, because it happened way before this was a thing, a cool thing. There were European explorers, and they reported in 1776 that they saw fireballs over their camp. I don't know about you, but I don't ever see fireballs floating over my camp whenever I go camping. Now, this was only found recently, so we'll get to modern day SKINWALKER RANCH. So the reports all started in the 1970s of UFOs, all the paranormal things that happened. We're gonna get into that in a minute. I just want to get through the background. So UFO sightings started in 1970 when it got refound and bought by people, because it is in the middle of the mountains in the middle of Utah, so it just got rediscovered, if you will. And then finally public records started being tracked of this in 1996. So pretty recent, but the reports have gone back. Like, people have only known about it for a couple years, but this stuff has been happening since 1776. There have been many owners over the years, and obviously a lot of people can't handle this kind of thing, so certain people bought it that actually wanted to live there because this stuff intrigued them, and other people moved in and moved out. But it's most recently bought by Brandon Fugel. Sorry if I said your name wrong, if you ever watch. He bought it for $4.5 million. This place must be really interesting if you bought a farm for $4.5 million. And as soon as all these current reports started coming out recently, like literally since 2016 when he bought it, he decided to block all outside world from it, which is really interesting because why would you do that? And now government authorities have been asking what's going on there, and they are interested in it. You might have seen or heard some of this because it's been on TV multiple times. There's been movies on it, there's been documentaries on it, and there's been TV shows that go there to investigate it, such as Portals to Hell, Hunt for Skinwalker, The Joe Rogan Show, Lost Tapes, and most recently the SKINWALKER RANCH mystery series. So I highly recommend, if you've never heard of this, to watch this series after this, because they're literally just coming out with more and more evidence as the show goes on. They have more science tools and different people to investigate, so it's more interesting than just someone saying they saw a fireball in the sky. So I highly recommend it. And now there's obviously, they set up 24-hour surveillance so they can catch this stuff. It's like they're on a mission to prove this place to the world. So now you know the background, let's get to the paranormal occurrences that happen there. And these have been documented since the 1970s. There's been 50 years of paranormal reports. There's been over 100 incidents that have happened here that are paranormal. Things such as vanishing or mutilated cattle. Like they literally find the cattle just gone in their field, or they go out and there's literally, the cow was drained of all its blood, and people that own cows don't just leave them out for days, so they would notice what it died from, but they go out there and there's little tiny holes in it and it's drained of all its blood in a matter of a day. That doesn't happen. Multiple reports obviously of UFOs. There's also been orb reports and things such as spotlights coming down from the sky, either from the sky or from the ground up, but literally like a big tower of beam of light, like in the desert. How does that happen? Not sure. There's been reports of mysterious creatures / large animals that look like Bigfoot. They're around that type. No one knows exactly what it is, obviously. But when they see these creatures and they try to get it, aka with bullets, the bullets do not phase this creature. It's been described as a big werewolf, like 10-foot tall werewolf. And every time they see it, they try to kill it. And every time they try to kill it, it doesn't get killed. And it's also described with piercing red eyes. They are also described as destructive magnetic fields, which if you watch the new series, they go into detail on that, and all they do right now is investigate magnetic fields. Like, they ruin equipment. It's not like a normal magnetic field. It literally destroys the equipment that they're using. I don't know what force can do that, but... And the biggest mystery, I would say, well, one of the biggest mysteries, is the crop circles. Now, this is way large of a scale to have such perfect accuracy in doing a circle. Do you know how hard it is just to draw a circle on a piece of paper? It's like physically impossible to just freehand draw a circle. There's no stencils out in the fields. There's no easy equipment that can just make circles or shapes like this out in crop fields. So like, is that not weird to anyone else? And last but not least, all the reports of paranormal activity. There are multiple locations on this property. They have multiple buildings, and most of the buildings on there have reported paranormal activity, which if you think about it, if they have high magnetic fields, that's just basically fuel for ghosts. There's been poltergeist activity. There was one time someone reported that lived there, they brought home groceries or something. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know down below. But this family, they brought home groceries, just a normal day, and they walked out of the room for 1 second and came back in, and they were all put away, or something along those lines. They either came in, put them all away, walked out of the room, came back in, they were all back in the bag, or they were put away. Something totally bizarre like that. Thank you, Thunder. Every time I film, it thunders. It makes this 20 times creepier, so thank you. So yeah, if you know anything else to add to this story, maybe I'll make a part 2 if there's enough evidence to do so. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. There's been tons of scientists that come and try to prove things wrong, and they never can. There's been scientists that come and try to prove things right, and they never can. Every time they go to do something, the opposite of what they want happens. It's just crazy. Like, the government wants it. How crazy is this place if the government wants information on this place? It's just a random place in the middle of mountains. Weird. So that is all for this video. If you have any other suggestions, again, leave them down below. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, follow me on social so we can become friends, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!